Hold on 2 minutes. I just got to bring Gilbert. Can you hang on for 2 seconds? All right.
Don't let us interrupt you.
Shut up, asshole.
You've obviously got bigger fish to fry here.
Come on. I gotta.
Yeah, let's rush the show because you have personal things to take care of.
Let's bring Gilbert in.
Right, that's a good plan.
Okay. Gilbert, come on in. You don't use this footage anyway, so
sure we do.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Mr. Godfrey, we have to hurry up. Ronnie's on a very important phone call.
Yeah,
oh, jeez.
We don't want to interrupt that.
Jeez, I could go home and come back later.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
How are you today, Gilbert?
Oh, just fabulous.
You seem fresh today. You seem...
No donuts?
Oh, but sandwiches. We've stepped up our game.
Yeah.
Not only could you have free water, but...
Bring me some sandwich bags, too.
Definitely.
Yes.
We'll do the whole doggy bag thing. So what's new, Gilbert? What's going on?
And you'll send out for cupcakes.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
We take care of our guests here.
Yes.
So are you excited?
Yeah, the green room's all fixed up.
Yeah, we got it. We got it going for you. Brand new blinds on the windows.
Wow.
Not the same pictures that are here every time. We really jazz things up for you.
That's what was missing, the blinds on the windows. Yeah.
It completed that otherwise.
It changed it. It changed everything.
It's amazing, the little accessories.
And now I can memorize the photos on the wall. I can sort of shut my eyes and just know exactly.
Do you do that sometimes? Do you visualize your appearance before you come here?
Yes. I believe in that book where you close your eyes and envision that you've got millions of dollars and then you have it. Yes.
And so this is sort of a dream realized to be here.
This is a dream realized. First time I've ever done this show.
Are you nervous, Gilbert? Because Howard can be very intimidating.
Yes, I'm very scared.
And there's a larger, more portly gentleman named Artie in there. He can be very brutal, too.
I don't know. I think they're just exaggerating his weight. He's quite svelte, actually. It's just the way he photographs.
Some camera trickery.
Yeah. He photographs. The weight puts on about 500 pounds.
You seem very prepared today.
Yes.
All right. Best of luck to you today, Mr. Godfrey.
Where's Gilbert, for God's sakes? I'm sitting here waiting for him.
He's sitting there molting.
He probably went home and he went to sleep.
Hello.
Sitting here waiting for you, and I don't know why I don't see you.
It's Papa Gilbert.
Papa Gilbert. There he is. Cha-chaing in. Would you do Dancing with the Stars if they asked you? I mean, yeah, it would be a goof, but it would probably bring you some notoriety and maybe more work.
I didn't know he was a great dancer. Who would his star be?
Someone else said that to me just recently.
Would you do it, though? I'm asking you.
I kind of doubt it. Yeah.
But you'd have to be asked before you know.
Yeah. I guess that would be.
They do pay like $150,000.
Yeah, it's good
okay.
pay.
In that case, yes, I would
do
it.
it. But would you treat it seriously? Would you try, or would you just be a comedian? And you would need to try. People would be angry with you.
Yeah, I don't think I would try.
You know, it's so funny. Gary told me.
But what about those gorgeous girls? I mean, if they give Gilbert that woman who's dancing with the soap opera star, don't you think he'll show up for class?
He would get a boner on TV. He would see Gilbert's boner. You know, I know you recently participated in the Pat Cooper roast.
Oh, yes.
And, you know, Artie was telling us about it because Artie performed, and he said it's like a 3-hour roast, which is too long, isn't it?
Those roast 3 is short for them.
Why
like a Springsteen concert in the 80s.
But why do they do that? Why do they make it go so long?
I don't know. I think they just they wanted to make it be the biggest event as possible, and they put in a lot of fryers that. Literally, without those roasts, they do nothing else in show business.
But I mean, like I couldn't sit through the greatest movie for 3 hours. I'd be fidgety in my seat.
And people get laughed out. But you know, Gilbert closes, and he always does so great because he gets a bunch of laughs.
But Gilbert, from what I understand, you don't ever talk about the person.
He didn't mention Pat Cooper once.
Every roast you do.
Does it matter who you're roasting, Gilbert?
Every roast you do, you tell dirty jokes. Okay, I can appreciate that if that was your comedy act, but isn't the purpose of the roast to acknowledge Pat Cooper and make jokes about him, or are you too lazy to write jokes?
People are saying to me afterwards, not only didn't I mention Pat Cooper, I didn't even look over at him.
That's right.
During the whole time I was
And in
like,
a way, you could say that's the ultimate insult.
Well, I was going to say, is that the idea of Gilbert's
Is that the
roast?
idea,
That
or-
he's just ignoring the
I just
person?
think Gilbert doesn't want to write new material.
yeah, I got that too.
Is that the reason?
Yeah.
So why do you just say, I don't want to go to these roasts?
Yeah.
Why do you go? Honestly, I mean, you're not roasting the person.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me.
You got to see. It is a highlight though of the night. He's so funny,
I see.
but
Well, he's a funny guy.
Well, you know the Hugh Hefner one. At least he tried to crowbar Hefner's name
Yes.
in some of the. It was like two,
Like he jammed it into the jokes.
When they say you tell dirty jokes,
two
what is-
Jews and Hugh Hefner looking.
like, what joke did you tell? Can you tell us a few of the short jokes that you told at the Pat Cooper roast?
Oh,
I would like to hear it.
Oh, they're all on my DVD.
Well, give me a sample. Maybe this will inspire someone to buy that thing already.
Maybe you'll sell one.
Give me some dirty jokes, honestly. I'd like to hear some.
Oh, okay.
I like that. You're a good joke teller. Let me hear these jokes.
Let's see. Which one should I start with?
Give us a good one.
A guy has the words "I love you" tattooed to his dick. He goes home to his wife. His wife says, "Stop trying to put words in my mouth."
All right, that's a
Yes.
good one. Yeah. Okay, I like that. Give me
That has
two more.
nothing to do with Pat Cooper.
Yes.
You're right.
Give me two more. I
did
want to
that.
hear. I like the dirty jokes.
Pat Cooper could have been the guy.
You don't even try to say Pat Cooper goes home to his wife.
No,
Never. Okay.
nothing like that
Okay,
at all.
All right.
Little boy walks into the shower, sees his mother standing there. He points between the legs. He goes, "What's that?" She goes, "Well, last night your father and I had an argument, and he hit me with an axe." And the little boy goes, "Wow, he hit you right in the cunt."
That's a favorite of yours.
Yes.
These are your favorite jokes
Yes.
of all time.
Yeah, but tell the one with the the no arms, no legs person where you throw into the wall.
Wow, you're really digging deep.
What is this joke? I don't know
Okay,
this joke.
an armless, legless girl is lying on the beach crying.
Right.
Pat Cooper is armless and legs.
No, but I could see why a girl who has no arms or legs
Would be crying.
How she got to the beach is a whole other.
All right.
Right.
But don't,
Yes.
don't look at it too deeply.
Pat Cooper drove her there.
You're saying don't look at the joke too deeply.
Yes.
Accept the
Yes.
premise. Okay.
Okay.
A girl with no arms and legs is laying on a beach.
A girl with no arms.
Yeah.
Took a motorcycle.
I don't care how she got there. That's not relevant.
She rolled there. It took her a few months.
Somebody threw her there.
Go ahead. Okay, I want to hear the joke.
An armless.
Be serious about it.
No, you didn't tell the joke like this that night.
Yeah,
Come on. Be a professional.
No,
He should have did.
No, I made it relevant to Pat Cooper.
No, go ahead.
An armless, legless girl is lying on the beach crying. A man walks along and goes, "What are you crying about?" She goes, "I'm crying because in my whole life I've never been kissed." So he kneels down and he kisses her. He starts walking away. She's crying twice as hard. He says, "What are you crying about now?" She goes, "I'm crying because in my whole life I've never been fucked." So he picks her up, tosses her in the ocean, goes, "You're fucked now."
That's good. Now, was she a amputee or a birth defect? In other words, was this
How
as a
did she
result
lose
of
the
an
arms and
accident, or
legs?
was
Yes.
it a birth, like a thalidomide baby?
Yeah.
You know,
You don't explain that.
You know,
No.
you're trying to be funny, but there really are jerk offs who do that with jokes. You just
Well, I know there are
punch them
people
in the
who.
face.
Well, I know, like Jackie used to tell dirty jokes about talking monkeys, and
Yeah.
people would go, "But a monkey walks into
Yeah.
a bar. I mean, monkeys don't walk into bars." What is the bank teller joke? Everyone tells me that's a great one. You have a joke about a bank teller?
Okay, a
right.
man goes into a bank.
Go ahead. And he has all his limbs. All right, go
He
ahead.
has all his limbs.
He can
he
walk.
steps over an armless, legless girl
No, come on,
his
go ahead.
way.
A man walks into a
And that
bank.
man's name was Pat Cooper. But a man goes into a bank.
Right.
He goes up to this old woman teller behind the desk, and he goes, "So I'd like to open a fucking bank account." She goes, what did you say? He goes, I want to open a fucking bank account. She goes, but she goes, you better watch your language or I'm getting a manager. He goes, get the manager. I want to open a fucking bank account. So she goes over, gets the manager. Manager storms over. He goes, what seems to be the trouble here? He goes, the trouble is I want to open a fucking bank account for $800,000. And the bank manager goes, oh, and is this cunt giving you a hard time?
That's good. Now, where is this bank?
Well, it's in Jersey City, like right on the outline.
You know,
That makes sense.
I got an idea for you. I think I can get you on Jackie's Joke. Would you like to be on that show? It's on tonight. You could probably get on there.
Yes.
Now, are all those jokes?
I like these jokes. I do like them.
Yes.
That's your DVD. It's all different jokes.
On GilbertGottfried.com.
What is personally your favorite dirty joke of all time?
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite.
You don't
one.
have a favorite.
They're all your children. You love
Yeah.
them equally.
I mean, according to the aristocrats, every comedian
Yeah, right, exactly.
has like a secret society. That they
Oh,
say
please.
that. Yeah.
I mean,
I know. What was the
What
guy
is the
like-
one that gets you your biggest laugh at the roast? What is the big joke?
I don't know. There's a few.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You can't help
Sorry.
me out with that.
You
No.
know, well, I
I'm
guess
trying to
it's-
get you to tell one last joke
Yes.
today. I'm working very hard here.
And he's not helping.
No.
I'll be like one of those filmmakers who goes, well, it's like saying you like one child
Right,
over
they're all
the
your
other.
children.
Yes.
Tell me one more dirty joke then, please, and then I will let you off the hook.
Okay.
All right, one more.
What do you remember? Let's see. Oh, a guy goes into a doctor's office. He says, "Doctor, I don't know if my wife has TB or VD." The doctor says, "Chase her on the bed. If she coughs, fuck her."
So these jokes, you're able to retain all of these jokes?
Yes.
People tell them to you, and you're able to memorize
Yes.
them. That's very good. Do you write them down somewhere? Do you have them in
No.
But they're in your head and you just...
Yeah.
I see.
Have you ever written a dirty joke of your own? Where, in other words, it's not one that somebody tells you, but where you actually create the dirty joke.
No, I always get I don't know how people actually form those kind of jokes.
It's
you know,
hard,
like,
yeah.
Horse goes into a horse is fucking a monkey.
Right. You don't understand how they come up with that, but yet some people have that rare ability.
Yeah, some of those jokes it's hard because then they go and the monkey says, "Well, you can't get a hard on. You gotta shower in chocolate syrup." And you go, "Well, why? Why does that?"
So you killed at the Pat Cooper roast. I
Yes.
heard you were very funny. I heard Artie was funny, and but I only heard a story from the guys that one girl did not do well. At the roast.
And it's so funny because Gilbert is so evil. This woman,
This is the woman from Last Comic Standing.
I don't know where she was from. That's the thing. Nobody
Someone
knows.
said she was a finalist on Last Comic Standing. And let me ask you guys as professional
She
comedians.
was there she did an hour of nothing.
Let me ask you guys as professional comedians. Do you look at someone who is on Last Comic Standing as almost like how a real musician looks at someone from American Idol? Like, do you sit there and go, this person is not a real comedian? They haven't paid their dues. They haven't played the comedy clubs. Do you get resentful of someone from Last Comic Standing?
Gilbert, go
Well,
ahead.
it always seems like Last Comic Standing, or the other one was when Ed McMahon had Star Search.
Right.
That the minute you won that, your career ended before it began. You know?
Right. It was because
Right,
there was
exactly.
there was an article recently in Entertainment Weekly. Carrie Underwood, who is from American Idol, is having a very big career. She sold 8 million records.
She's
But they-
breaking records.
breaking record. But they addressed this. They said other artists, people who came up the hard way. For example, Faith Hill is a country artist, and she cried when Carrie Underwood won the Grammy over her. She was insane over it. In other
It was
words,
a country music award. It wasn't the Grammy.
whatever
She's gotta
it is.
get over it.
But she was like someone from American Idol, and this is what these American Idol kids have to deal with. They're never really given the respect. Can you respect someone who is a comedian from Last Comic Standing?
Well, if you'll notice, not one. I think there's been 8 winners of Last Comic Standing, and they've done nothing. Like, I mean, you don't hear of them doing literally a thing because they have 10 minutes and they got a headline, and then they
So
can't
this
do
girl
it.
went up on stage. Why did she bomb? What
Were
happened?
you guys not laughing intentionally?
No,
Because-
listen,
Gilbert, what in your opinion?
Some people did better than others. You know,
But Gilbert's
Gilbert's the only one I think who had solid belly laughs the whole time. But in other words, this woman, she didn't only bomb; it was like a bombing of like you can't even describe it.
It was that kind of thing like a bee's drone. You know, you're not really listening.
How
It's
long
just
did-
there.
And if she was going to make an argument that, like, oh, Last Comic Standing is legitimate, my God, did she put that argument?
What did
back?
she do?
Like,
She wasn't prepared. She didn't have good material. Did she write jokes about Pat
Yeah,
Cooper?
I think she was totally prepared. You know, she.
Unfortunately, yes.
So when you guys see this, do you feel compassion for her, or do you? or do you
there's nothing you love more than someone else failing.
God, I wish he was wrong about that, but it's the best thing ever.
And it's like, you know those machines, you turn them on and you hear the ocean or you hear wind blowing and you don't really listen. They're in the background.
I would
That's what she
imagine-
sounded like.
Psychologically, the reason you like that she bombed is because, in your mind, because stand-up comedy is so easy for you, you say, you know, gee, maybe everyone can do it. And she confirms the fact that
Yes.
not everyone can do it. It is a difficult profession.
Oh, I've got a great bombing moment before I forget, though.
Yeah. This happened to you, didn't it?
Yeah, yes.
I heard about this. You did a corporate comedy bit.
Yes,
recently.
in
Yeah.
South Carolina.
What was the company?
It's funny
What was the
already.
company?
I don't even know that. It's some kind of medical something.
Was the company called, here I have it, Cinex?
I don't even remember the name. It was something to do with medicine or.
How do you get hired?
Shows how much I prepare.
Yeah, how do you get hired for this?
Something to do with
I
medicine.
get hired, and of course, the guy says to me beforehand, he goes, "This is a very you have to work clean here."
Okay.
So that's number one. And the
Can you
two-
do that? Are you capable of that?
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
but,
so you're not lying to them when you say, all right, I'll
yeah.
work clean.
And then they say you have to. It's also like says something like. Christian, you can't do anything, and so I opened up with like crucifixion jokes.
Oh, my
Yeah.
Well, why would you do that?
I don't know, but this is the ultimate where like everyone here would have loved the show because a guy physically came up because I refused to get off stage.
Right.
Once they a guy physically got on stage and pulled me off the stage.
When did this happen? How recently?
This a couple of months ago.
So you're up there doing your act. Is the audience booing you, or what are they doing?
They're all like staring at each other, angry.
These are Christian
They're like
conservatives.
complaining,
Oh, my God.
and this guy starts storming towards the stage.
And are you dressed up for this gig, or are you just wearing your
My usual.
your usual? Because
yes.
they even said at the roast, every comedian was wearing a jacket or
Except
something.
for Gilbert?
Gilbert, they said, you see how he wears oversized shirts?
Yeah.
And they're long down to his knees. Why are your shirts so long? What is that? Is that your look? Is that your thing?
I don't know. I guess
don't
it's
know.
what's ever on sale that week.
They said Gilbert had on a rumpled shirt. Looked like he just rolled out of bed. So when you get up there, you go and do your thing. And does the guy say to you ahead of time, please, no religious jokes, no? I mean, so,
Oh, yeah.
So they don't pay you for it because now you've broken the contract, right?
No, I got paid surprisingly.
You do get paid.
Then there's that other one that you read because the guy threatened me. This was from years ago.
Was anyone laughing at you at the Cinex thing?
I think at the very beginning there were some.
And how do they eject you from the stage? In other words, you say he physically grabbed
Yes,
you. Did
yes,
he grab you by the arm or does he
yes.
tackle you? What does he do? How does he?
By the arm.
And what do you do? Do you say, excuse me, what are you doing up here, sir?
I yell out, "You've been a great crowd."
Do you? And he physically manhandles you
Yes.
and pulls on you.
Yes.
Do
Have
you
you
try
ever
to?
tried running?
He did. He did run from the other corporate gig when they've chased you.
Oh yes.
Yes, Tom Chisano chased him.
Oh yes, there was one where I did so bad. There was like a hedge. It was an outside thing in the yard. There was a hedge there. Now, and God knows I'm the least physical person.
I believe that.
I can barely make it from one side of the room to the other.
There was a hedge.
I climbed over the hedge.
You were
just
there
to
for that,
get
weren't you,
out of
Gary?
there.
No, but we should remind everybody. Gilbert has a mechanism in his head where if you tell him what to do, it pisses him off.
Yeah,
So we
because
should
it's the same time when you opened up for Belinda Carlisle.
We should
yes.
remind. So Belinda Carlisle, Jones Beach, a bunch of 14-year-old girls. Kevin Meaney gets the flu. The only comedian in the New York area is Gilbert. They send Gilbert out on stage and they tell him to work clean. And they printed a transcript in National Lampoon. I think Gilbert used the word cunt 91 times.
Because they told Gilbert the whole audience is underage 14-year-old girls.
Yes.
They said that mothers had their daughters, they were getting their money back.
But Gilbert, why do you do that? I mean, you
Yeah.
are promising these people that you will go out and do a clean act and leave out certain
I
material.
usually try for about 5 minutes.
Well, and you get nervous,
Yeah.
or does a
I have
devil
no
getting
idea.
you? What is the
I
anger?
remember at the Jones Beach, it's like women were like clapping their hands over their daughters' ears.
I love how if Kevin Meaney gets the flu, Gilbert's the first call.
But I mean, isn't it kind of being a bit of a dick on your part that it's like hiring a vegetarian caterer for a party
And order
then-
out from McDonald's. Yes.
Right. I mean, and then he brings in meat or something.
Yes.
I mean, you have promised them you will
Yeah.
do a certain kind of show, but it drives you crazy.
Yes.
You don't want to be told what to do.
Although I did one recently, and this was like I had to host some karaoke show in like San Diego or something.
I can imagine.
It was, and oddly enough, my agent actually called me because he said, not only were they not complaining and asking for their money back, but they actually said good things. And my agent was in shock.
Is it hard to represent you as an agent because
Yes.
he gets a lot of
Yes.
angry phone calls?
Yeah, my agent was going, I can't believe this. This guy says if he does it next year, he might actually want you back.
Well, Gilbert, the thing is, they know you as the voice of a duck. Aren't
Yes.
you doing you're doing a new animated movie as Jack and the Beanstalk?
It's not animated. I'm actually on camera
And who do you play?
in a duck outfit.
Again, you're a duck.
I'm a goose.
Bird.
You're a goose.
Always
Yes,
a bird.
yes.
Are you the goose that lays the golden egg?
Yes.
And do you use the same Gilbert voice as the goose?
Oh, yeah.
You don't make any effort to change your voice?
No, it's my friend Jackson.
I see. And when will this movie be coming out?
I don't know. I think it's one of those like family DVD releases. It's Jack and the Beanstalk.
Jack and the Beanstalk.
I think sometime next year.
Right. So you'll take it. Have you ever turned down work? I mean, you do karaoke contests. You don't really turn down anything, do you? As long as it pays us fairly decently, right?
If they asked me to strip at a club, I probably would.
You probably wouldn't do
They asked
that.
me to do pole dancing.
So the woman bombed at the Pat Cooper roast.
Yes.
And I guess when you say bombed, the other comedians sit there quietly, or do they begin to
Well,
goof?
everybody was sitting there quietly.
Yes.
I mean, there's no laughs. Why wouldn't the person just sit down and say, "Okay, good night, everyone. Thank you." And then
First of all, she went on a debate. It was literally, I think she went on 3 hours, and people physically had to go to the bathroom at some point. So already she's in a bad spot.
Right.
And then she just, I mean, the only thing, but you got to see when they win Last Comic Standing, someone told me she came in second. Like balloons come down, there's all confetti. Like it's the kind
Like
of.
you're entered into show business.
Right, it's the kind of excitement that comedians never see. You know?
right,
It's
no
like-
one's giving balloons.
And she's up there on stage going, hey, when did the balloon show up?
Right, exactly.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden she's, in a way it is a little bit of payback.
At this point in my act, the balloons always come down.
yeah, I don't understand why they're not applauding.
and
me.
she wouldn't get off stage. She
I
just
see.
wouldn't. It seemed like it was an hour of, no laughs. Not
And
a
it
gig.
was one of those things where, like I said, it's like wind blowing in the background. You're not listening to it. It's just there.
Peter, go ahead. A question for Gilbert Gottfried.
Well, Gilbert, do you remember working at the Browns Hotel in upstate New York? You were doing a show, and it's a 2,000-seat theater. There were only like 2 tables in the audience. Everything else was empty. And there was an older couple, and there was a black couple. And about midway through your set, you did a black joke. Black couple got up and walked out. Do you remember that?
Do you remember that at all, Gilbert? Does that sound
I
familiar?
mean, I don't narrow it down to one. That's how-
What was the joke that Gilbert said to the black couple?
I have no idea.
It's like, do I do an old person joke or a black joke?
Yeah, he's trying to relate to the
Gilbert,
audience.
have you ever completely emptied a room?
yeah, you know something? I think at like the Improv and Catch in the beginning, sometimes they'd have me go on stage when they wanted to close up early, and I would get the audience like so agitated.
You know, when you see guys,
amazing.
when you see stand-up comedians like Jerry Seinfeld say, "Oh, stand-up comedy's so easy. I love it so much." You're suspicious of that, right?
Yeah.
You don't enjoy
Yeah.
this career, do you?
That's what brings me life. That is something that I enjoy more than anything else.
Does that freak you out when you hear Seinfeld? I mean, like, because you don't enjoy this.
It's a shot of adrenaline when I'm on stage. I can't find that kind of enjoyment anywhere else.
I mean, most comedians are doing anything they can to not have to get up on that stage.
Yes.
But yet Seinfeld almost rubs it in your face that what's the matter with you that you don't enjoy this?
How can a person not see the blessing of going on stage and just the joy of it, the pure, unmitigated joy of it?
I saw him on
It's like
Oprah.
the way the Vietnam vets were mad at Sylvester Stallone for like one guy took care of the whole war. Rambo.
I saw Jerry Seinfeld on Oprah recently, and he said, he goes, yeah, I did a TV show and this and that. He goes, but I can't live without stand-up. It's my entire life. And, I love it so much, and it's what I do. I have to do, like, he's driven to do it. He has this gift of writing and speaking.
And he must tell you
Yeah.
what he's written.
I always feel like God can step down tomorrow and say, look, I'll keep paying you. I'll send you the money. Just don't do stand-up anymore. Okay. Yeah.
No problem.
I'm fine.
And now he has a bee movie. I guess he's like you play ducks. He's going to play the part of a bee, a bumblebee of some kind, right?
Because it's something for the whole family.
He's a family guy.
But it's also gotten the kind of...
Oh, my God. Did you see him on Oprah?
Yes.
Oh, God, was that... It was like the entire show was a commercial for the movie.
Unbelievable. When Oprah gets behind you, man, it's gold mine time.
And he of course gave her a part in the movie.
Oh, yes.
So it's like, forget it. That is Christ appearing on the earth, telling you to see the movie.
Well, it's like Beth said to me the other day, she goes, I hear the Seinfeld movie's great. I said, what is that?
Where'd you hear
Where'd you hear that from? Oprah? She goes, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it on Oprah.
Oh, Oprah is like Charles Manson or something with her fans.
It's like evil.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a cult leader.
She could tell people to go out and kill, and they would do it.
There was a movie Gary wanted to see one time, and his wife refused to see it. Then Oprah did a show on it, and she said, I really want to go see it. I mean, like, she wouldn't trust her husband over Oprah.
Right,
It's like,
it was
you
crass.
must see movie.
Yes. There's a movie I want to tell you about.
Yes.
You will love this movie.
Yes.
Because I saw this movie this weekend. It's a vampire movie. It's called 30 Days of Night. And in this movie, the vampires figure out they're going to move to Alaska. Because in Alaska, there's 30 days of night. There's no daytime in this one area of Alaska. And I was thinking, you're a huge fan of Bela Lugosi and Dracula and all that. I said, what a fucking idiot Bela Lugosi was. He should have moved to Alaska. This guy was busy in coffins the whole time. You know what I mean? He was hiding from the sunlight. Why did he move to Alaska? What a dummy. And I was thinking of you. Because Bela Lugosi, I always want to say to him,
Get a condo in Miami.
I want to go Dracula. Why don't you live in Alaska? And there's no answer. You didn't see this movie?
No.
You only watched the old Dracula.
Yes.
You won't watch the Dracula. Seinfeld on Oprah clips. Want to hear some Seinfeld on Oprah?
Oh, sure.
All right, just because you referenced it.
Here, you want to hear an Oprah joke?
Yeah.
It's not on the DVD.
Go
but
ahead. Go ahead. Let it out. Let it out.
Which is available on GilbertGodfrey.com.
This is good. You've been home watching a baby all day, so this is good for you to get along.
All right. Oprah Winfrey goes to a doctor's office for a checkup. So the doctor says, okay, Miss Winfrey, take off all of your clothes and get on your hands and knees on the ground. So she takes off all of her clothes. She's on her hands and knees on the ground. He goes, okay, I want you to crawl over to that wall. So she crawls over to that wall. He goes, you know what? And now turn and crawl to the other wall. And she turns and crawls to the other wall. And then he says, now crawl to the middle of the room. And she crawls to the middle of the room. And she goes, what's wrong? He goes, nothing. I just ordered a black leather couch and I can't decide where to put it.
You think Oprah would laugh for you like she laughed?
Yes.
Why don't you go on Oprah and tell her that joke? Let me ask you this about that joke. Why does Oprah go along with the doctor crawling on her knees? I mean, that's weird. It's on you. Like, why doesn't she ask him?
You'd think at like the first point, you go, well, don't I lie down on the table or something?
It doesn't make sense to me.
Why would Oprah need a doctor?
Doesn't she have a live-in doctor? All right, Mike, go ahead in Lake Hopatcong, New Jersey. Is that how you say it?
Like a
What is it?
pack-on. A pack-on.
Hopatcong? Okay, go ahead. Yes, Mike.
Hey, how's it going, Eric?
Okay.
Hey, listen, this guy, he's just not ever funny. I mean, I talk to people all the time when he's on. He's just not funny at all.
Gilbert?
You personally absolutely think he's...
You're not enjoying Gilbert's appearance today?
Dude, you gotta be kidding me.
It's no wonder that he bombs because he sucks.
Gilbert, do you agree with this man that you suck? I mean,
Artie, come on, Artie, you're a comedian.
you didn't like his Oprah joke? You didn't like his Oprah joke?
No, he sucks.
Gilbert, now, do you want to win him over, or do you just give up on someone like
Sir, wait a minute. Sir, what religion are you? Can we offend you?
I'm Catholic like you are.
Oh, Catholic. Let's offend the Catholic.
You want to say something offensive? I guess not. All right. Well, I'm sorry you don't like Gilbert. I kind of do.
Kind of.
Kind of.
For me, that's a rave.
You asked him a question like, if he ever gets offended if these people win last common standing, maybe he should try to be on last common standing.
I'd like to see Gilbert in a house.
I think Gilbert has proven himself.
He just seems, not to interrupt you, sorry, but he just seems so mundane and boring.
Do you feel you're mundane and boring?
Yes.
You do.
Yes, I'm like Perry Como.
Do you have moments of doubt that maybe you chose the wrong career?
What do you mean moments?
Constantly.
Yes.
Yeah, Gilbert sits there going, I should have been a roofer.
Yes.
There was a moment he almost became a roofer.
Yes.
Dan, go ahead. You're on the air in Niagara Falls.
Hey, now, and hiyo.
Okay.
Gilbert, I just wanted to say, you're definitely 10 times funnier than Jerry Seinfeld. I actually heard a story about him, and it's definitely a true story. He was at some hotel, and apparently he smoked cigars. And you can't. It was in New York, and you can't smoke inside. So he told the guy, I want to smoke my cigar inside. And the guy said, you can't. He said, well, then can you set me up somewhere near a door? So they had him set up. Then he wanted to eat lunch, and he said, I want to eat with everybody, but I don't want anybody to bother me.
That's some story.
Well, you tell a story like Seinfeld on Oprah.
I'm not an asshole.
He's mad at me. You just wasted time.
Go fuck yourself, fatso.
See, now you're being funny.
Well, thank you, Dan.
The guy needs a little prodding.
What can I tell you? Gilbert,
fuck you,
I'm excited for you. I know that this gig at Caroline's is a big deal for
Wait,
you.
I want to tell Gilbert, because we never told Gilbert my bombing story at a benefit. I get booked to do stand-up for a benefit, Gilbert, for Prader-Willi's disease. Do you know what that is?
No, it sounds good, though.
Prader-Willi's disease is a disease. These teenage girls and guys don't have the chromosome in their head that tells them when to stop eating. So these kids overeat till literally they explode, and and their parents have to literally chain them in and build a fence around them. And before I'm in a room with all the parents of these kids, and before I go up, they show a video of a 17-year-old 400-pound girl. When she hears the ice cream truck, she goes nuts, and they have to tackle her. She goes, "Oh, the ice cream truck!" They interview the parents, and they have black and blue bruises from tackling. And then after the video, they say, "Ladies and gentlemen, Artie Lang," and my first line was, I said, "Oh my God, I'm so full from eating at the carving station." Thank God I have that thing that tells me when to stop eating. And I got booed off stage. I got escorted out of.
Wow. Well, you guys certainly have your horror stories.
Yes. Well,
You do. All right. I'll tell you. Take a break. Robin's going to do the news. Do you want to stay for the news, or you got somewhere to go? You got to babysit, or?
I'm so busy.
We haven't been asked about the baby today.
Oh, please. I saw a picture of Gilbert in some paper. Paparazzi, I guess, Doug. It was you. Did you see this picture? It was you and your wife.
Oh, yes.
Walking the baby. And you got a big smile on your face. You don't look that unhappy for once.
I was laughing because this guy was trying to get me to answer some question. And I was just
What
like,
the-
yeah.
Just off camera, a black man had tripped and fallen.
Are you hounded by the paparazzi
A
often?
black guy had just gotten sickle cell anemia, so I had a big smile on my face.
Gary said, Gilbert's wife is so pretty. He goes, he saw her the other night. She was at the roast. And he goes, like, you see Gilbert, he's a big mess. And the wife is just gorgeous.
She did. I saw her too. She looked good. She lost the baby weight. She looks
well,
good.
she wants to look good for her man.
Or, well, maybe there is another man in her life.
I saw Gilbert before the roast at the press thing, and I said, "So I'm sure you got a new hour of stuff on what it's like to have a kid, like new material."
Oh, yes.
Of a baby.
Oh, I love when comics start doing that stuff.
I know that drives you crazy.
Yeah.
Now, did you have a boy or a girl? What did you
Oh,
have?
a girl.
A girl.
Yes.
Yeah, she'll
What
be
is the
hanging
girl's
out with
name?
Shiloh Pitt.
Oh, yes.
Do you have, are you starting to now look into, I know she's young. How old is your daughter now?
4 months.
Okay. But don't you have to, because it's New York City, start looking into like private schools now before so that you can get ready for it?
That's insane, that stuff. Yeah, I can't. I just ignore it altogether.
Are you enjoying the experience yet?
I don't feel like she needs to know how to read.
Right. But are you
Yeah.
enjoying being a dad at all? Are you doing dad-like things? I mean, are you wheeling the kid around? Are you...
Changing diapers?
Yeah.
Are you helping out? Yeah.
I've helped, and then I leave the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're very selfish, right?
Have you fed the baby?
Well, it'll give her something to write a book about years from
Do you
now.
ever sing to her? It's funny. Gary found this on the internet. There's a website you can go to. It's called eScore. It actually tells. They take celebrities, and they poll audiences to find out. It's almost like a Q rating, if you've ever heard of that. Find out how popular you are, how likable you are, and all that. So we put Gilbert's name in. So they mention different attributes like, attractive, beautiful, charming. And it's really amazing what they found. Here it is, Gilbert Gottfried. There's your. They even have a picture of you up there. And they put all the statistical stuff, and they even show you who they poll. Like they have 37% of the people are persons 13 to 17 years old. Adults 18 plus 64%. So they break it all down for you who these people are. People with incomes of $50,000 and more, 60%. Incomes of less than $50,000, 62%. Some are college graduates, some are not. It's a very big cross section of America.
And
that they
anyone
have.
you could ask.
It's scientific, yes. So it's not like it's any one group.
And Howard, you should know this isn't just some website. It's actually a service that our television show pays for.
Right. So you can tell.
It's very legitimate.
All right. So let's see how you did, Gilbert. All right. So attractive. Total people who found you attractive. It says statistically 0%. I kid you not. It says with women you had a 1%, but statistically, and the men 0%. No one found you attractive.
Not even fags.
No. Then they use the word beautiful to describe Gilbert Gottfried. 0% again. 0% women, 0% men. Charming, 2%.
Boy, you'd think charm would have been my main one.
Creepy, 26% total. 28% of the women said you were creepy. 24% of the men said you were creepy. Out of those people who said you were creepy, it was mostly pretty even between women and men.
So at least I'm getting a little higher rating there.
Glamorous, you got 0%. Handsome, 1%. So there was somebody who found you handsome. Physically fit, 1%.
That's surprising.
Sexy, 0%. But you see, you did well. It says unique, 32%. So
Yes.
you see, that's where you did well.
It's so unique that no one would be attracted to me.
Here's the you got a 65% for being kooky and wacky.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. So there you are. People think that, but they do not find you attractive,
Yes.
charming, or beautiful.
Or talented.
Yeah, but they do find you
Yeah.
creepy.
Yes.
Hey, Howard.
How many different ways can they say the same thing? Sexy,
Well, they
glamorous.
wanna-
Jesus.
It's a lot of different words. Yeah,
I'm looking at yours.
I bet you I'm not better.
You're not. In
I
fact,
know.
you may be worse.
Oh, you're very-
And I'm going to tell you because I was just following Gilbert's numbers. So for attractive, Howard,
People don't understand I look better in person.
you were 1% across the board. 1% found you attractive, 1% men, 1%
well,
women.
Gilbert got 0.
Yes.
So
All right, for beautiful, 0% across the board.
all right, same as Gilbert.
Yeah.
Okay. Charming, 1% across the board. 1% women,
Oh,
1%
boy.
men. But for creepy, you doubled Gilbert's numbers.
Oh, dear.
You're 46%.
Wow.
He was 23%. 49% of women find you creepy, Howard.
But what about the 49% that don't?
Glamorous?
That's what you got to concentrate on.
0% across the board.
Right.
Handsome? 1%. But see, this is where I think that people don't know you. I think they interview people because physically fit, right? I mean, you could say you're creepy, but you're definitely physically fit, right? 1% of people found you physically fit.
Well, the perception is that I'm not physically fit.
Right.
Well, what the fuck do they know?
1% of people found you sexy. And then here's
Hey,
another.
that's good.
1%?
1%.
You know, how many
There's somebody
people?
out there.
That's right. How many people live in America?
But again, this is people who don't know you. What percentage of people would you say found you trustworthy?
0.
2%.
2%. All right.
1% women.
I am honest.
Yeah, no, you're honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think.
Where did I score the highest?
The highest appears to be
Jewy?
no. Creepy.
No, I've got you beat.
99% found me Jewy.
Yes.
No, creepy was your biggest number. Your second biggest number was kooky wacky.
I should
Your
say
42% of people found you kooky.
I guess we're in the same boat.
For
Gilbert.
pure kikishness, I got a 95.
95%. Yes, here it is. Pure kikishness.
And your other big numbers, Howard, were 23% of people found you insincere,
Right.
but 20% of people found you influential.
Type in Bin Laden.
He did better with honesty.
I was gonna say, like,
He did better with sexiness.
I mean, that's surprising to me because your numbers couldn't be any worse there. Really.
No, it's very, very
ridiculous.
bad. It's very bad for me. It's probably just about as bad as it gets.
That's retarded.
Jennifer, you're on the air in New York City. Go ahead, Jennifer.
Hey, Howard. I just wanted to let you know that I was at that Cynics conference where Gilbert was thrown off the stage.
What was it like? So there you were. I guess you work for the company Cynics.
Well, I do business with them.
Right. And
I buy from them, so they invite me down every year.
were you
And
surprised when you saw Gilbert Gottfried was booked as the corporate entertainment?
Absolutely. As a long-time Howard Stern listener, I think he's hysterical on your show. But stand-up, I didn't think he would be so good.
Really?
Is that right?
So Gilbert came out, and there and Cynics, I guess, is a very conservative company.
I don't know if it's so conservative. I mean, maybe there's a few in there that are conservative.
Mm-hmm.
You're down in Greenville, South Carolina.
Right.
So you got people from all over the United States. But I have to say, Gilbert looked like he was on something. He looked like he was stoned. His eyes were all glassy. I mean, I was only 3 tables back.
What was it like when you saw Gilbert getting dragged off the stage by a man? And
I really felt bad for him. That was the wrong thing to do.
Were you embarrassed for him?
Embarrassed? Yeah, I was embarrassed.
How do you think his family felt?
Listen, he had all kinds of jokes about gays, about Jews, about Christ. Listen, I meet 2 out of the 3 requirements, and I was not offended at all.
Right.
And I think that he was just not funny, and they just ran right up there and said, Gilbert, you're done. Get off the stage.
I mean, I've seen Gilbert.
Looked at him dumbfounded.
I've seen Gilbert on stage. He kills. I don't understand. Maybe it was the
How
environment.
could he have not been funny?
Impossible.
He really wasn't that funny.
Well, you realize stand-up is his career, right?
I know that, but
No.
I think he may have been good, in his younger days.
Oh.
On your show, he's one of the best guests you have on your show. I've been listening since '84, so
He's terrific.
hysterical. But stand up, he would even he'd have
That's how he makes his
in
living.
his routine.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. She's
welcome.
confounded that this is how you make your living.
Howard, listen, I saw you at a party once. You were very funny, but radio is just not your thing.
No. All right, Gilbert, thank you. And I admire your stand-up very much. And also, to purchase Gilbert Gottfried's Dirty Jokes, go to gilbertgottfried.com. We all rush there in admiration of your new DVD.
Mr. Gottfried.
Yes.
Do you have time for a post interview? I know you seem very rushed.
Well,
like,
I'm really rushed for time, but okay.
you're most probably off to the View right after this,
Yes,
so I don't want to keep you waiting.
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm off to Dancing with the Stars after this. I gotta catch a plane over.
I think we learned many new and exciting things about you today.
Yeah, there's always so much revealed about me.
One
Because the world wants to know.
Absolutely, all Gilbert, all the time. One of the things I
Give us 22 minutes, we'll give you Gilbert.
One of the many things I learned about you today was that
I have no penis.
and that you seem to rely on a dirty sense of humor. And
No, I wouldn't resort to that. I think that's very cheap.
you think that I'm undercutting your style?
Yeah, I would never do bad words.
You're more of a thinking man's comic.
Yes. I'm kind of like Garrison Keillor. Yeah.